Greetings everybody, this is Leviathan here, and I'm bringing you a little bit of some speculation for the future of the Diablo franchise. Yesterday, as you can see on screen, there was an article that was shared on the subreddit for the Diablo franchise, the Diablo game that we all know and love, and we go there currently to get a lot of information about Diablo 3, share some stories from the season, all that good stuff. But this article has been getting a lot of upvotes, a lot of talk, comments, speculation, etc. So the general gist of it, as you can see from the headline, is Activision shares to get a boost from Overwatch, Diablo sequels, Goldman says. So for those of you who aren't too much into like stocks and the stock market and such, the way to think about this is that some people are always looking to sort of see what's going to happen in the future and therefore be able to predict if a stock or some sort of company is not doing so well currently, then those could be great investments because you buy low, sell high in the future when the stock price goes up. And a reason that stock price would go up, of course, would be if you ship some sort of AAA title, if you're a gaming company in particular, and it does really well. So what this company and this particular analyst is saying is that Blizzard/Activision looks to gain a lot of prominence and higher stock prices in the year of 2019 and 2020 when they release some new titles in their slate of offerings. So Goldman Sachs raises its rating for Activision Blizzard shares to buy from neutral, predicting strong sales results for future titles. They're raising our 2019 and 2020 estimates on account of a robust multi-year pipeline of games, Diablo, Overwatch 2, and a Blizzard mobile title, which we don't think that street estimates are fully taking into account, said the firm's analyst. So let's think about this for a second, right? There are a few things to unpack. One is, let's go from the end to the beginning. So Blizzard mobile title, we saw actually a couple of job postings that were up and then quickly taken down. And it kind of went under the radar of those who like to analyze what's going on with Blizzard. For Blizzard mobile development, we know that they got King way back when, the developers of Candy Crush. So they have been, sort of digging more into that mobile sphere. You can see Hearthstone doing very well on the mobile platform. So it's not unlikely that they will have some sort of more staunch push for a very serious Blizzard mobile title. The running joke in the community is that we hope the next Diablo thing is not that mobile title. So, keep your fingers crossed on that one, because I would love to just have a true PC release for the next Diablo game. And then if we go and analyze Overwatch 2, this doesn't make any sense, right? It seems very unlikely that there's a sequel to Overwatch coming. However, what we might be able to interpret Overwatch 2 as is maybe sort of like people have been saying a Heroes 2.0, how they sort of rebooted the game, gave it a lot of love in terms of how they overhauled systems and skins and everything. So that could be something you might see. Or even Overwatch 2 could simply be an expansion to what we have for Overwatch, and it's just a generic title that this analyst is giving to the next thing that comes to Overwatch. But I do believe that Overwatch, the base game, it's still a relatively new release. They're just now rolling out Overwatch League, a couple years from now, which is what this prediction is all about. Who knows exactly what that landscape will look like, but I have to believe that Overwatch will still be the base, and they'll be continuing to add maps and champions or heroes to that pool of stuff that they already have. So I wouldn't put too much stock in Overwatch 2. However, Diablo as a next game. Now, those of us, of course, who are here on the channel are very much Diablo fans, and this is something that we've been speculating about for God knows how many years now, since we saw the very first announcement, or not even an announcement, but the very first posting of an unannounced project hiring, and it was under the Diablo header on Blizzard's careers page. And I want to say those popped up maybe about 1.5 years ago or so, 1.5 years ago, maybe even coming towards 2 years now. So if you're looking from the end of 2017, when this is right now, this article has been released, and you're making a prediction for 2019, saying that things started when we started to see those postings, you're giving yourself now about like 3.5 to 4 years of development on whatever the next AAA thing is for the Diablo franchise, and that seems reasonable. Obviously, Diablo 3 took forever to come out, but it was kind of in development hell, so I don't believe that that's sort of the way to go forward and expect Diablo games to take that long to make. I don't think they'll ever go down that path again. So I want to say that, from speculation to finish, it makes sense that would be about, you know, 4, maybe 5 years of development at the most. And I think that 2019 does not seem that unreasonable for the next Diablo game to come. Again, this is all speculation, and, you know, I'm trying not to let the hype train leave the station too much because we've been burned by that before. But if you want to sort of throw some darts at the board, a late 2019, like we're thinking Q3, Q4, seems like it would be reasonable for a release. And that would give them, we've been kind of harping on this idea that Blizzard tends to announce the reveal of a game about a year before it's actually going to release. So if you now look at a 2019 late in that year release, then that kind of opens up a window for 2018's BlizzCon to be a very exciting one for Diablo fans. Like maybe that would be where they finally unveil, give us a trailer, give us something to play, little technical alpha, and then you spend all of 2019 essentially alpha and betaing the game for a release later that year. And if it does spill over into 2020, then maybe like an early to mid 2020 release. Because if you think about the last releases for Diablo, Diablo 3 came out May 2012, Diablo 2 was like a June 2000 release. So you're kind of looking, they like that sort of summerish, late spring release window. So who knows? I don't know. This is kind of interesting. There's not a lot of news for us Diablo people right now, so we'll take anything we can get. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think as far as this news goes? As far as this news goes, does it get you excited? Are you still holding off on speculation because you don't want to be sad again when it doesn't come true and we get another article like this, you know, 2 years from now? You know, it is worth noting too that Toys, one of my peeps that has been hanging out in stream, said that this same analyst actually made a prediction for Diablo, the next Diablo game to come out in 2018, last year. So take it with a grain of salt. I mean, who knows exactly? No one really knows, except for those behind the veil at Blizzard. And we'll figure it out. We have to play the waiting game, but let's have some fun speculating. Hop into the comments, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day and take care for now. Peace.